Welcome to YOUCANIC. Today here on YOUCANIC we got a 2018 Toyota Rav4, and on this Toyota Rav4 we're going to go over how you'd replace this inner tail light assembly. It's a matter of, we got to pop the trunk. We've got two bolts that are nuts over here, another two that are inside, and a third one over here. So there's 5 different screws that we need to remove, one electrical connector, and then we can pop that cover off to be able to replace it if it's cracked or broken. So first we would start by popping the trunk. With the trunk in the raised and upright position, we see these 2 nuts to be removed. And so let's go ahead and remove those. They're size 10. They're a plastic outer with a little bit of a metal thread inside of them. And so we remove those 2. And then up here, there's that access panel, the same access panel that you would use to replace just the light bulb itself. But you'll take your small screwdriver or a non-marring tool, you'll see 2 little indents that you can push this in and be able to pop that out. And once you pop that out, there are 2 bolts right here to be loosened. They are a size 10. Use a small stubby one if you can to reach up in here and loosen those. And once you got them loose, then they'll just come out by hand. You can just spin them off. There's an electric connector that connects to the housing itself, and you just squeeze the tab and pull it out. And that's the only electric that goes into that light bulb there. And then the last one, so we have 2 screws or bolts that were removed here, and the last one is up in here that you're going to have to reach in and go to the inside of the vehicle with your stubby wrench to get on there and loosen that. So you can do this way, or if you want to remove this whole panel you can, but you can get in there and get it with a small wrench and be able to just back the screw off. There we go. We got the bolt on. And now, with all the bolts undone, then we can just press. If you press on the bolts inside here, then you can just press and remove the whole inner tail light assembly. And now it's been removed. So this is where that tail light assembly goes. This is where the electric part comes in place. We've got this little rubber grommet around to keep the moisture out, and then on all of the screws there's this little rubber grommet that you can want to make sure you have when you put them back in. So to put it back in, you just take the new assembly and just line it up the holes. And you'll push it back in like that, then raise it back up. We have placed the tail light assembly into the housing with the 5 bolts lined up and placed it in there with the rubber grommets on there so that we can keep the moisture out of the interior of our vehicle. And so then we have 2 number 10 size nuts to be put on the outside, and they're a plastic coated nut with metal grommet inside that'll grip there, and just tighten these. And on the inside here, there's 2 over here and 1 that you've got to reach up and back in here to put on. The one in there is a little harder to get to. You just do it by filling up in there, and know that it's up there because it's right through here. Like I said, if you wanted to take this whole inner panel off, you can, and then there is a access hole right there. But it's not completely necessary if you can really reach in there and take care of that. Now last, you'll want to just make sure you push that, connect the electric back up so that the light works. And then just take your cover, line it up on the top side here and snap it into place. Thanks for watching YOUCANIC, where you can be the mechanic.